Somewhere in America, a water main just broke. In 2 minutes, another will give out. Part of 260,000 failures each year, draining 6 billion gallons of treated water every single day. Engineers have warned, at this pace, fixing our aging, leaking water system could take centuries, while health and safety risks mount. What are we really standing on, and how much time do we have before the consequences reach us all? Beneath the surface, America's water network stretches for 2.2 million miles, a web of pipes long enough to circle the globe 88 times. These pipes weren't built to last forever. Most were laid down between the late 1800s and the post-war boom, designed for a lifespan of 75 to 100 years. Today, the numbers tell the story. Nearly a third of all water mains, about 770,000 miles, are over 50 years old. That's not just a statistic, it's a critical warning. The average pipe fails at 53 years. Across the country, 19.4% of all water mains, roughly 452,000 miles, have already outlived their useful life. They're overdue for replacement, still carrying water every day. In many towns, the oldest pipes are made of cast iron or asbestos cement, materials that haven't been manufactured for decades. Some of these pipes were installed when Harry Truman was president. Others date back to the age of steam locomotives. The Utah State University 2023 study, the largest of its kind, mapped the age and condition of America's water mains. Their findings: the wave of replacements that should have started years ago hasn't happened. Instead, the system is aging in place, with the oldest sections clustered in cities and rural towns alike. Alarming findings. The problem isn't isolated, it's happening everywhere, all at once. As Dr. Stephen Barfus, one of the lead researchers, puts it, this aging infrastructure is catching up with itself. Utilities across the country report that more than 60% of their systems are beyond their intended lifespan. The risk isn't just theoretical. When pipes reach the end of their lives, failure rates spike. Water main breaks become more frequent, repairs become more expensive, and the risk of contamination rises with every passing year. The scale of what's overdue is staggering. To replace just the pipes that have already exceeded their useful life would cost an estimated $452 billion. But the clock keeps ticking. Every year that replacements are delayed, another stretch of pipe crosses the line from aging to expired. The numbers on the page translate into real consequences underground, and sooner or later, above ground too. Every 2 minutes, somewhere in America, a water main gives out. That's 260,000 breaks a year, enough to keep repair crews working around the clock and then some. The numbers don't just add up, they multiply. Each break isn't just a crack in the ground. It's a flood in the street, a boil notice for a neighborhood, a business forced to close its doors for the day. In Houston, 32 billion gallons of treated drinking water vanished in a single year, enough to keep Fort Worth running for 12 months, gone before it reached a single tap. Across the country, the losses pile up. 6 billion gallons of treated water leak out of pipes every day. That's 2 trillion gallons a year. Picture enough water to supply 11 million homes wasted before anyone can drink it. The cost isn't just measured in lost water, it's higher treatment bills, more frequent repairs, and the constant risk of contamination whenever pressure drops and dirty groundwater seeps in. Atlanta has counted more than 1,000 water main breaks since 2022. In June 2024, twin breaks flooded city streets and forced emergency declarations. But this isn't just a big city problem. Across small towns and rural communities, broken pipes go unnoticed for days. Water seeps into fields, washes away roads, and leaves families hauling bottled water from the store. For many, the first sign of trouble is a brown stain in the sink, or a sudden drop in pressure when turning on the tap. Behind every number is a daily disruption. A farmer waiting for water to irrigate his crops. A school forced to shut down for lack of safe drinking water. A family boiling water on the stove because the pipes underground have failed again. The system is full of holes, and every break is a reminder. What's under our feet is wearing out faster than we can fix it. The water is slipping away, gallon by gallon, while the clock keeps ticking. Lead service lines still snake beneath the streets of American towns and cities, 9.2 million of them by the latest EPA count. Every state still has these pipes in the ground, delivering water to kitchens and bathrooms, sometimes to families who have lived in the same house for generations. Maureen Barrett, an EPA engineer, confirms the numbers. Millions of homes remain connected to water through lead, a metal band from new pipes decades ago. The federal government has set a goal to remove every lead service line within the next decade, but the cost is staggering, $45 billion and rising. Lead isn't the only threat. Dr. Christopher Kuchera, a chemist who studies drinking water, points to another invisible danger, PFAS, the so-called forever chemicals. Recent studies have found at least one PFAS compound in 45% of all United States drinking water supplies. That means nearly 1 in 2 taps may carry traces of chemicals linked to cancer, immune disorders, and developmental problems. The reach is massive. 100 to 30 million people exposed, often without warning or clear guidance. As pipes age, the risks multiply. Corroded lead leaches into water more easily when protective coatings fail. PFAS, once used in everything from firefighting foam to non-stick pans, resists breakdown and seeps into groundwater, flowing through old mains and modern ones alike. The chemistry of decay isn't limited to cities. Rural water systems, often left out of federal upgrades, face the same threats, sometimes with even fewer resources to test or treat their water. The danger isn't just that the pipes are old, it's what's traveling inside them. In a small West Virginia town, Pastor Luis Martinez unlocks the church basement every evening. There, battered plastic jugs line the walls, each one filled at a water station miles away. For his congregation, and for 2 million Americans across the country, this is the only reliable source of clean water. They live in places where the pipes stopped working years ago or never reached their homes at all. 93% of America's water systems serve fewer than 10,000 people. In these communities, the water operator is often the only line of defense. Tom Harris, now retired, spent 40 years keeping the taps running in his county. He worked alone, patching leaks, testing water, filing paperwork. When he retired, the town struggled to find anyone willing or able to take his place. The median age of America's water workforce is 48. A third will be eligible to retire within the next decade. Only 10% are under 24. When experience walks out the door, it rarely comes back. The numbers keep adding up. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates the country needs $625 billion over the next 20 years just to repair and upgrade water systems. The 2021 infrastructure law provided $55 billion. That's less than a tenth of what's needed. Jim Heaney, a financial analyst for the American Water Works Association, puts it simply, "The gap is a canyon. At this rate, we'll never catch up." For small towns, the cost of inaction is measured in lost crops, shuttered schools, and families who drive for hours just to fill up a few gallons. The burden isn't shared equally. It falls hardest on the places with the least money, the oldest pipes, and the fewest hands left to fix them. Today, 2.2 million miles of aging pipes still deliver America's water, while 6 billion gallons vanish every day. Every delay makes the fix harder and the risks sharper. Our choices now decide whether safe water remains a given or becomes a privilege. The future flows from what we do next.